Hi guys, I'm the Lag Doctor Clay Ballard, and today we're going to discuss this week's PGA Tour winner swing, Matt Every. And man, does he have some crazy foot action. We're going to talk about how this helps him to get some distance, and how it can help you to get some distance also. But we're going to put a little spin on this to also improve our consistency. So let's go ahead and get started and talking about his lower body action and club head speed. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the lower body action that Matt Every has here. It's some pretty interesting stuff. The only person you'll see on tour that's quite to this extreme. And I'm going to mark the height of his belt buckle at address here. And what we'll notice as he goes to the top of the swing and starts the downswing, he actually drops down a little bit, very similar to what you would see with, a Tiger Woods squat move, or really just tons of other players. And they're bending their legs to start to build potential energy to leverage from the ground upward as they release the club. Now from here, you're going to see him really start to drive upward as he's getting ready to release his club. So when his hands are about waist high or a little above waist high in the downswing, that's when we want to start extending up with the lower body and leveraging the ground, which he does to a very extreme amount. And we can see that the belt buckle has risen maybe about 4 or 5 inches here, the right heel completely off the ground, and only the left toe touching the ground, which is obviously very extreme, not something that we would recommend to this extent, but it's a great example of how to leverage the ground to really release that club. So you've probably heard us talk about this before on the Tiger Woods squat and then posting up. Chris Tyler had a video on this talking about straightening the left leg through impact, and this is a very extreme example of this. I actually remember a story about J.B. Holmes, very long driver on the tour, talking about playing on his high school team when he was in, I think, 6th grade, maybe 5th grade, something like that. And he said that he actually used to jump completely off the ground, and when you would see him at this point at impact, both feet would be completely airborne, maybe an inch off the ground, because he's trying to keep up with players that are 6, 7 years older than him. So great way to get a lot of distance. But now let's talk about a way to go ahead and tone this down, get a little bit more consistent. But before we do, let's look at it for one more angle, and let's talk about what the hands are actually doing through impact to allow us to release the club. So it's great to know that the body should be moving upward some, but what do the hands need to do to go ahead and get this club head to release so we can get that energy? Okay, so from this angle, let's take a look at his entire swing. As I mentioned before, as he starts his downswing, he's actually loading up into the ground. Legs are getting a little bit more bent. He hasn't begun to drive upward yet at this point. And what we're going to do is we're going to stop when the hands are at their lowest point here, and we're going to talk about a few different things. So this would be when his club is still very lagged, and his hands are actually a little too close to the ground to release this club. If you release the club with the hands at this height, then the club would hit behind the ball, he would hit a little bit heavy, and he wouldn't have released his lag properly. So from this point here, what you're going to notice is he's beginning to drive upward with these legs and the lower body. So notice how the lower body is driving upward. And then we'll mark this lowest point. Just 1 second here. Here's the lowest point with the butt end of the club, or pretty close to it. And then we're going to see as he starts upward, I'm going to track the butt end of the club as he's coming into impact. And let's just take a look at which direction the club is moving. Yeah, so what you'll notice here is the club is actually moving upward a little bit. It's probably moved upward maybe about 3 or 4 inches, somewhere around in there. And as the lower body is driving upward, the hands and arms are actually moving upward, and then that's allowing the wrists to move downward and the club head to move downward and to be released into that ball. So that's allowing the slingshot effect, or like turning that corner as you're making a circle, and then all the momentum is going to be flying away, and you can see that's actually extending his arms out away from his body, allowing him to fully release the club. Now, the disadvantage with doing this to this extreme, is that we're going to have a lot of inconsistency, because now we can see that left heel way up off the ground, the right heel way up off the ground. If you're familiar with the rotary swing, you know that that's not exactly how you want to do this. So let's take a look at this, a little bit more of a toned down approach that's going to give you most of the distance from this move we're watching here, but it's also going to give you a good amount of consistency so you can repeat this over and over and be able to hit a lot of fairways with your distance. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so finally let's take a look at Tiger Woods' swing. He's developed a very good footwork over the last few years. Earlier in his career, you may remember that he used to really snap that left knee straight and get a lot of foot movement. So this front foot would kind of spin out. The back heel would raise way up off the ground. But here's the last few years, 4 or 5 years, he's really developed a very solid lower body action, where now we can see at the bottom of the loading period here, the belt buckle is fairly low, and then as he's coming through impact, the belt buckle is driving upward, maybe risen 4 or 5 inches. And if we look at the butt end of the club, it's also risen upward as he's coming through impact and getting that slingshot effect. What you will notice that is different, though, between him and Matt Every is at impact. Let's go 1 frame back here. You'll notice that Tiger's left heel is still on the ground, which is going to give him a lot more consistency because now there's less movement with the lower body. And the inside of his right foot is still on the ground. The difference here would be Matt Every was putting a lot of weight up here on the toe, driving the weight through the toe, which was causing his hips to slide forward and for him to stand up out of the shot. Whereas here with Tiger, we're watching him drive that weight down through the left ankle, so the center of the left ankle, which is keeping the heel on the ground. The hips are still rising upward. The hands are still rising upward as they should be, as we're hitting a very good shot and releasing that club properly. But not letting those feet really slide out all over the place through impact is going to allow for a lot more consistency. So work on this, work on driving through that left ankle as you're doing this, getting that slingshot effect by letting the club release properly. And good luck to you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Alright guys, so I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, hit the +1 button on Google, post your comments below, and I'll try to answer all the questions I can. And for those of you that are looking for maybe a little bit more hands-on approach with your golf game, one of the benefits of being a premium Rotary Swing member is that you get 2 swing reviews every month included with your membership, where a certified Rotary Swing instructor is going to give you a video review. We're going to draw lines on your swing. We're going to have a voiceover of your swing, tell you exactly what you need to do to kind of get you over that hump. So maybe some of you out there right now, you know what you need to do. You've been practicing it for a while, but it's not quite clicking yet. Having those video reviews can really help to take you over the edge. So good luck to you guys. I look forward to seeing you very soon. I'm going to play a preview of a short video talking about straightening the left leg that goes even further into detail of what we've been working on today from Rotary Swing instructor Chris Tyler. And if you like that video, go ahead and click the link below. Sign up for your free Rotary Swing membership. That'll take you to where you can see that entire video, plus a lot of bonus instructions. So good luck to you guys. If you're on a mobile device, click the link in the description, and that's the only place you'll be able to click over there. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys soon. Good luck.
Hi guys, I'm Rotary Swing instructor Chris Tyler, and today I'm going to talk to you about the overall function of the left leg from the top part of your backswing into impact. Okay, in today's video I want to go ahead and discuss the overall function of the left leg in the downswing and what it's supposed to be doing into impact. And I will start off this video by telling you that the left leg is going to move to a very straight position. Okay, so if you've ever been unclear as to what the left leg is going to be doing, it's going to be moving to a straight position. Now, how do we move it to a straight position? Okay, very simply put here, we use 2 very important muscles that I want to make sure that you're aware of before we set up any sort of drill. I want you to be aware of these muscles because they are very, very crucial to the leg moving to a straight position. All right, the first muscle I want you to be aware of is the glute. All right, the left glute is one of those 2 muscles. The second muscle is going to be the obliques. Okay, the obliques are part of those big box muscles that you hear around the site. They're really responsible for aiding the rotation of the body. Okay, so those 2 muscle groups are going to be very, very helpful in moving the leg to the straight position. All right, so those of you that don't know how to activate the glutes or unaware of how to get into the glute muscles, I'm going to teach you a very easy drill that you can try out.